Publishing in Fortnite can be pretty daunting at first, but don't worry, in this video I'm going to go over absolutely everything you need to do before publishing, while publishing, and also after publishing. So let's just get to it. First things first, if you want to actually publish your map, first you need to be in the Island Creator program. I'll leave a link to this in the description, and on this website you'll just need to sign in. You can sign up to apply, you can create and publish, engagement payout, and all the nice juicy stuff about all this. There's a bunch of different info, like what is the Island Creator program, all this stuff, all these questions you can look through, including tax information, very important, and other stuff like that. But just go through it. It's pretty straightforward. You just gotta have your tax information and all that. Just make sure before you start the tax info filing, make sure you actually have all your information. Otherwise, in about 2 months, you're gonna get suspended from applying for at least I think 3 months. So just make sure you have everything ready, like your address, like all that, and put it into there. Anyways, after you've done all that, you're now ready to publish, and you've completed your map. Look how completed this map is. There's a few things you want to make sure you do before you actually publish your map. First is auto-localization, and what this is basically allows your map to be played by anybody who speaks any languages that Fortnite supports. You want to go up into project, you want to go down to project settings, then in here you'll find localization, and you want to select your native language. Right now for me it's English, and you want to click every single one here. Now Arabic is actually broken right now, so you're going to get an error if you try to do Arabic. Probably in the future it will be fixed, but right now it's broken, so don't do Arabic, and just select every single other language that you don't speak, and it will auto translate all these languages to that. PO formats, you can do whatever. I'm going to do Unreal. And then down here again, we're also going to go into auto-localization, and then we're going to select everything that isn't your native language. And then translation mode is, this depends on what you're doing. Usually you want it all, but let's say for untranslated, if you have text on your map, like on a billboard or in a device, like a HUD message device that you've added, and you've already built your localization, this will translate everything that you've added. Well, this will just retranslate everything you've already translated before, and it'll overwrite the existing translation data. So you can do all, or this doesn't really matter. It depends on what you want to do. So yeah, once you have all of this done, next step you want to actually build and export or import your auto-localization. So you want to go up to here to build, and then first you want to export localization. It'll take like 2 seconds for me because I don't think there's anything on it. There we go. And then it's going to say localization data was successfully updated. Would you like to browse to the localization data? And you can press yes. And here it is. Once you have that done, you're not done just yet. You want to go into build again, and you want to do build auto-localization. And once that happens, again, it's going to auto-localization, and it's going to build down here. And now whenever you publish your map, you'll have, people be able to play in different languages and still understand, hopefully, some of the things. And oh yeah, these are just 2 screenshots I took of DREAMLANDS after I converted it. As you can see now, all the text is now translated to different languages that I think this is like Portuguese, I think. It's pretty versatile, but sometimes some things can break. Like, I think some of the text like right here is going to ground and stuff like that. It's not perfect, but it will make it more understandable for people who use different languages to speak. But anyways, once you've that done, next step you probably want to look at is you want to go into island settings, and there's one setting in here, down here, right here, join in progress. This is very important to spawn your players if they join the game late. So you just want to make sure that it's to what you want. So either when they join, you spectate. When they join, they spawn in the next round. Or they just spawn, or they it depends on what you want. Another one would be pre-game. So here, game start. If you have auto start on, when you join your game in the bottom right to start your game, and if you have this on 90 seconds or whatever, it's going to auto count down to just auto starting the game if the players don't press that button. But if you turn that off, the players will have to press that button to start. Little fun fact for you. And that's just another thing. If you have auto start on at 0 seconds, if you have it like that, that's when join in progress is very important, because then that controls when your players join late. So let's say even if they're in the same group, some players can join late, and sometimes they don't spawn and they break like that. So just be careful. And just before we publish this map, this beautiful map that I've definitely put so much effort into, we're going to add in one more thing, which is the accolade device. Now the accolade device is what you can use to create XP on your island. Put it on your island like this, and you call it like, I don't know, done thing. Do whatever. It's like the accolade. You can also include a description if you want. XP award is how much XP will be awarded from this accolade. Now the thing about this is that it's just more what you think it should do. It helps with XP calibration, but if you just make everything very large, it's probably not going to work. So you want to try and make it so if it's frequent, you want it to be very small, and if it's very rare, the player will get it. I want to make it very large. That's usually a rule of thumb, and it speeds up calibration because it makes it more easier for it to figure out what is what. I think. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't actually know, but I'm gonna guess that's how it works. Anyways, you can also limit award award count. Player can only get the XP once. Slash size is what's on the screen. You make it small, so it's like in a little text that appears like a little bit. Or you can do large, which does the whole like celebration with like the symbol and like the title and description and everything. You also have an icon, and you can go through here. You just do T_UI, and you can find all the UI icons in Fortnite, or you can import your own texture that's I think 64 by 64, 128 by 128 pixels. Enable drink phase, you can do that. Usually just want to always triggering player only, so only the player who triggers the trigger or something like that, the instigator, will get the award. Get that off. Every single player in the team or whatever you have selected in all of these will get the award. And then to actually award the accolade, you want to use the award function down here with something like, I don't know, a trigger. This could be anything. This could be like an elimination manager or a tracker or something, and you just want to hook it up into here. If I stop with this trigger now, I'll get awarded the XP. I'm not going to go game and check because I know it's going to work, but that's how you would set up XP. And then after, just to explain XP calibration, when your map comes out, first thing, you're not going to have XP. You're going to have to calibrate XP. And I think if you change anything about accolades in your map post-launch and then update your map, you'll also need to calibrate XP then again. Now, XP calibration, it's a bit murky how it works, and nobody really knows truly how it works, but the rule of thumb is that you need a few thousand players first to get it calibrated. No, I'm pretty sure the XP system is getting reworked, so this might be a bit old and it might not be good advice in the future. For now, that's how XP works. And on the creator portal, there isn't really a good way to know if your island is XP calibrated or not. You're going to get emails, I think, from Epic that's going to say all your islands that are being calibrated or not calibrated. But usually your best way to do it is just to go on Fortnite.gg or something and just look right here, an XP status, and you can see if you're rewarding XP or not. There will also be an XP symbol by your map in Discover, so that's how you also will know. Alright, so I'm yapping, okay? So next step is you want to go on the project and you want to upload the private version. This will allow us to publish. You can also do publish projects, but usually upload the private version just does the exact same thing. But before we do this, we want to launch a memory calculation. But for launch a memory calculation, we're gonna have the session like open. So if you just launch the session, usually you have to do a memory calculation every single time you publish a private version. If you added stuff to your map, usually you just instead of just publishing to a private version, you just want to do a memory calculation straight up because it does it anyways. Alright, so I have my game open right here, and all I'm just gonna do is I'm gonna go to the project, and then I'm just gonna press the launch memory calculation. It's now gonna be on grade, and you can actually do it now. It's in a session. I'm gonna click this, and then it's going to say memory calculation will automatically launch after the private version is uploaded. I will just do, you can add version notes, and you can calculate memory, and then you can do your version notes like blah 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 blah, whatever you did. It's gonna upload, and it's gonna upload the private version. This can either take really quickly or it'll take, you know, at least like 15 minutes tops, maybe even longer if you have a really big map. You'll see private version has been created. There's the private version code that only the person who's made it or people on the team can use, and then you can start in the credit portal and switch it off, and then we'll do done. Once it's done, it's going to do memory calculation completed, and then it's going to show project within budget like this. And in game, it's going to look like it's had the open success, memory usage that much. You can continue on, and memory calculation will be. Now, sometimes that memory calculation thing can load forever, or it can take really long. Just want to press cancel on it, and then it'll fix it out. Then it will actually work. But anyways, now we have our memory calculated. What we can do now is we can just show in creator portal. Now, once we're inside the creator portal, this is where you want to publish. You want to go into your projects. You want to like right here, and you want to find whatever you want to publish. Right now it's publishing tutorial, and here it is right here. Now these are our private versions, and these are my releases over here. There's nothing in my releases because I haven't released anything yet. But let me go into private versions, and then let me go into. And what we want to do is we want to go to the side over here and create release. Now it's going to do all these checks. It's gonna the version type, download size, memory usage, assets, status, verse persistence, and also verse path. Then you want to continue, and you're gonna go into the main. This is the main grid of things. So up here you want to do your title. Pretty simple. Just do like blah 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 blah. Do whatever title you need, and then machine localize will allow us to be translated to as you can see, you'll be able to translate it to different languages of players. Game description, blah 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 blah. Do whatever. It doesn't matter. Well, it kind of does matter, but you know, you do whatever you need. And you can also machine localize that. Now on tags, they are kind of important, where they'll allow you to pick up the 4, and you'll get some automatic ones if you have certain things in your map. So I'm just on Fortnite GG right now, and I'm just looking at my map, and I have the tags roguelike, first person, PvE, and survival on it. Because it's a, you know, a roguelike, PvE, first person and survival game. So if you want to try and get your niche audience, tags are really important to doing that because it allows the discoverer to know what kind of map it is and where to put it. For example, since I have roguelike in it as a tag, right now I've been in roguelike for like however long because it knows the map is a roguelike map. But also, weirdly enough, it also put me in driving for some reason because I guess road is in the title, so it also influences that as well. So make sure your island tags are whatever, yeah, you need them to be like adventure, action, etc. If you want to also check the most popular tags, you want to go into create those up here, and you want to go into discover. You want to go into player counts, and if you scroll down a bit, you'll find this thing right here, which is the most played genres. And these are a bunch of different tags that you can pick for your map. And usually the most popular ones will probably get you in the highest tabs, like just for fun is pretty good, other stuff like that. But if you're going from a niche audience, usually you want to, if you scroll down a bit, you can find like other ones down here. Usually below like 100, you just don't want to do. Like these are just useless. They're not going to be very useful. So if you're going to choose your tags, choose tags here. And just saying, don't just do the popular ones, okay? Because that's a very bad idea because it's going to make your audience not know, like, so it's going to make discoverer not really understand your map. So you want to pick whatever things fit yours, if that makes sense, and what audience you want to try and get. If you're going for roguelike, you want to put roguelike. If you're going for if you're going for survival horror, you want to put survival horror. So like in here, you want to find different things. I think you can search it up as well. You can do like rogue, like, or whatever designs, like, you know what I mean. You can do that. Also back in Fortnite, if I just leave, you can see inside Fortnite here, different like maps have like, I don't know. We're gonna pick this one. If you see here, you'll have different tags on the bottom here. So these are the 4 they picked, but also you have, you know, five max players, and you have the little XP logo saying that XP is activated on this map. But then there's other maps where, let's say, I don't know, I'll just pick my one. As you can see in my one, I have the Walking Dead universe because it's the Walking Dead universe, squads, 4 max players. If you have proximity chat enabled, you get the proximity chat one. You can also get into collections like this. If you want to get into collection, probably the best thing to do is put Tycoon in your thing. Because if you didn't put Tycoon or Tycoon in your title, then how would a discover know that it's a Tycoon map? So those are just important things you need to know. And then again, discover is very luck of the draw, okay? I mean, like, look at this. Look at this. Now, I don't know how many of these are worth playing, okay? I think that one's pretty good. That one's pretty good. You know, it's just a tab. Oh, well, but anyways, okay, doesn't matter. Anyways, back to here. Your how to play instructions are what appear, the 3 different things that appear when you're loading into the map. And you just put whatever you want in here. Do your machine localize. The next step is your rating. And this is your IRC age rating thing. Now, okay, I cannot decide this for you, okay? Once you put your emails in here, underneath your questionnaire, I don't want to make it so you do a, like, because if I go through this, you're going to copy me, okay? That's what I'm worried about. But you don't want to copy me because you want to make it sure you're truthful to what your map is, and it's just better if you just go through it yourself. If you want to see the questionnaire, I'm just gonna put my email here and we'll begin the questionnaire. And then in here, you want to do game because it's a game. Then usually violence, avoid goring images. You want to make sure you pick all the right options in here. You know, all the different options you get. It's ultimately up to you to pick the right options here. I don't want to answer it for you because you might copy me and then you might get your answer wrong because it might have, you know, it might not be accurate to your actual map. So if you want more advice, I recommend looking at Directing Pete's video about IRC. It's pretty good. I'll put it in the description. But it's not that hard, okay? If you just answer it correctly. If you just read the little like question marks, like, you know, this, like, you know, make sure you have you know, just the details about everything. I'm just gonna do Dreamlands because I'm just gonna skip it. I'm just gonna do a different code. And in here, you can see that after your rating is done, sometimes you can retake the questionnaire, but sometimes like different places, like sometimes Russia will you're not going to be allowed to like have your map in Russia or stuff like that. If it's really like, you know, not bad, no violence at all, pretty tame, you'll probably get into Russia, but usually you won't. I think Fall Guys you need at least 7, so you can't publish a Fall Guys map if your ratings are not 7. Same with Lego, I think, but I think any other map like Walking Dead, regular Fortnite maps, you can go up to 12. Anywhere higher than 12 you can't. Like for example 16 in Russia, so it is what it is. Then okay, once you're done with that, you're going to go to the promotional media section, okay? And in here, you'll upload all your like, you know, thumbnails. Right now I have this little thumbnail for Dreamlands, and make sure the thumbnail is this dimensions, so 920 by 1080 pixels. Make sure it's any of these types of images and below 5 megabytes. Then after that, you'll have a square thumbnail, which is optional because square thumbnails were in Discovery originally, but they got rid of them. So you can add them if you want. It's good for future proofing, but you don't have to. And square thumbnails are square shaped, and they can all the same thing under 10 megabytes. Once that's done, you'll have a trailer you can upload, and you can make a trailer whatever you want. Just make sure it's that dimensions in those different kinds of formats for videos, or it's below 400 megabytes and it's 10 to 40 seconds long. I think you can go higher than that. I think they have a little bit of leeway there, but usually you want to keep it in that ballpark. Then the lobby background image is what you see on the background, and this is very important. You want to read the background lobby background image guidelines. Usually, it always happens that you have text in the background, which Epic did not like because you don't want to have text on the background of the menus. So you just want to make sure that you have it all correct. So just make sure don't include any text in the background, and then make sure the dimensions is 2048 by 124 or 1024 pixels. It's a PNG JPEG robot and below 10 megabytes. And then you'll have it here. Then next up is your attributions, okay? And attributions are very important if you have stuff that you need attributes. So the added attribution, first in your content title, this could be like chair. Your content source will be the URL or the thing where you got it. So it could be a Sketchfab link to the thing. It could be anything. Then the content author is the name of the person who made it. So let's say their name is Bob. And then their profile will again be a link to their artist profile. And then the license type will be like whatever type the license is. And then you can do the license deed, and if it's CC whatever, or it could be like a specific license, it's a license to something. Like if it's a signed license or it has a license type, just put it in there and it'll work. You can have up to 50 attributions, I think, but they do allow you to put more stuff in each, because sometimes you might have more than 50 attributions. And then once you have this invisibility, then you have set visibility, and you can choose when to publish this release after content review and how players find it. You can do manually publish later, and that'll allow you to publish it later, or you could just do automatically publish and it'll be visibility listed. And once you have it published, it'll look something like this, and over here in the listed, you can change it to unlisted or unpublished, or you can disable it. I think unpublished is disable, and you do stuff like that. And then in here you can do this marketing promotion. You might want to opt into that because it allows Epic to do that, like different promotions with your stuff. And share, you can copy all the different things up here, like the island code, the page link, or like the direct island. Now, last thing you probably want to do is you want to go into your projects, ignore all these, and if you ever wanted to submit to Epic's Picks or something, if you have an island that you really like and you want to see if Epic's Picks likes it, you want to go up to here to submit an island to Epic's Picks. So it's a link up here in projects. If you click that, it'll say, do you have a highly graded island, blah blah blah, for a chance to be featured in Discover, and you can do apply now. And now this is how you just apply to Epic's Picks. It's very simple. You'll have to have a few videos ready, so maybe you want to download something like OBS to record videos, something like this, so you can record a video. I know. Anyways, okay, so when you're in Epic's Picks, you want to do a language, you do whatever language you want, and then you can do what are you submitting, Epic Picks, genre of game, you pick the genre of game. The gameplay footage, you want to have a link to either a YouTube video or something, and which is your gameplay footage. You can upload it as unlisted, so nobody can see it unless they have a link to it. Same with the flyover footage, you can do that as well, and also your media link. So if you see here, please submit one flythrough video of your map, and in addition to one round of gameplay. Trailers are optional, but do not count that towards video requirements. Videos that are private cannot be viewed. Automatic rejection of your application. The media link, I'm pretty sure, is your link to your YouTube channel or whatever you have, like Twitter or TikTok. And again, these are going to be links to videos, the flyover footage, and also your one round of gameplay footage. Links to game trailer raw file. You don't have to do this. It's optional, but if you want to, you can get like a paste bin or like a GitHub with your file of your trailer on it, so that the Epic will be allowed or be able to download, like a Google Doc or something. Then you want to provide a description of your island, it can be whatever, do the name, and you can request the date to be featured. So let's say I want to be featured on October 9th, 2025, I guess. And you can do anything else you want to know, blah blah blah. Your Discord name, so you'd be like, that's my Discord name, social handle, blah blah blah, and then your island code, whatever it is. And then you can do these 6 little box, and then you want to place this little submit button down there, and you'll submit it to Epic Space. I guess my final bit of advice in this video would be about making your trailers and stuff like that. Generally speaking, you want a trailer that is, you can make a longer one, but usually you want it to be about 30 to 40 seconds for Discover. You also want a vertical one for like shorts and stuff like that, and you want to post it everywhere. So you want to post it on YouTube, you want to post it on TikTok, Reddit, Twitter, all the different communities in Fortnite. Now, some tips to making your trailer would be to use, what I use is usually DaVinci Resolve. It's free and you can just use it. It's pretty good in the free version, or you could get like Photoshop, other video editing software or photo editing software for like, you know, thumbnails and stuff like that. Blender is good. You can also just render your thumbnails in UEFN. I mean, I made this entire Road to Alexandria thumbnail in UEFN, except for obviously the title and all the images being sorted around. I use Photoshop for that, but you know what I mean. So that's really all you really need to know about publishing in Fortnite. And really, that's all. That's all the tips I have. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like, subscribe, use my code FortniteShop. Thank you to all the members of the channel, and remember to watch all these videos for more of my tutorial content. That's about it. I'll see you all around.